What's up, everybody? It's Blind Run, and Peter Moore from EA, an EA executive, said it can't all be white males for the clickbait article title there. Referring to males in video games, this is actually a three-pronged attack. You have males, only white males as the main protagonist, or you in the video game, or you have a majority of white males working for a development company or a publishing company such as EA. And finally, you have the mainly majority white males working on, or playing the video game. Sorry, we already covered the working there. Here's where I find it a little interesting. You can't change your demographic. Like, to a certain extent, there's only so much you can do. And then if you're aiming at that demographic, don't you want that demographic to also be the ones making the game? And if you want the character in the game to be relatable to your target demographic, then that's probably gonna be a white male. Now, is this wrong? From my perspective, this isn't an evil thing. This is the way our world works. It's just a fact of the matter that for a majority of people, men like football and women do not. Now, I live in a household where my mom actually watches football more than my dad, but that aside, the target demographic for the advertisers on commercials are not aiming their ads towards women, and women like to watch Ellen more. Now, once again, my household breaks the norm. I like Ellen, but the advertisers for the Ellen television show are directed towards women. Let that sink in for a little bit, and then we'll go over why I think this is still an important issue. Alright, so Peter Moore said, quote, "We all need to step back sometimes and think about the environments we create for our people, the opportunities we create for people internally, and equally important, how you bring new blood into the company." Moore then went on to say, "It can't be all white males. As a result, I think that hiring managers at EA over the last couple of years have a sharper focus on diversity. I know that my teams around the world have." His sharper focus on diversity means that they have put a requirement, or kind of the idea that you need to hire a diverse workforce, into the heads of their hiring managers, meaning that you have already now biased them in some form or fashion, which means that you might not be hiring the best person for the job based on a racist or biased requirement made by the executives up above them. And what's the big deal here anyways? Because they go on to brag about how many women they have working for them, and for the most part, all the women are in upper management, such as Sarah Jansen's for Mirror's Edge Catalyst. I'm sure she's great and she's doing a good job. Thanks for pointing that out, I guess. Jade Raymond for EA's Motive division. Cool. Great. I'm glad to hear that. And now they've added female teams into FIFA. While only 15% of FIFA players are female, they expect that FIFA 16 and FIFA 17, by the time FIFA 17 is out, that they will have a larger female playing demographic based on the fact that they now have the female teams in FIFA 17. The funny thing is that I think if you had a FIFA 16 females edition separate from FIFA 16 base game, it would probably flop because there's not enough people in that demographic to buy that game, so they just had to roll it into another game. The logic is flawed here. I'm just pointing that out. I'm not upset that more women work in video games. I think it's great. I actually like to play female characters, even more realistic ones, and less of the stereotypical video game female, because I find that interesting. So yes, please make more of those. If a woman is better at working on a video game than a man, hire her. Please pay her the same that you pay anybody else at the level that you hire her at too. That's fucking equality. This is Blind Run with Blind Run Gaming, signing the fudge out.